And now I want to go over to the other side and talk about Luka Doncic. And what do you think is at stake for him? Obviously, winning the championship, but just in terms of his personal legacy, his personal superstardom, all of that. What do you think is on the line for him during this finals?
I mean, we know how important it is for him to be great. He's made it very clear who his GOAT is, who he channels in these type of situations, and that's Kobe Bryant. So along those lines,
did he say Kobe was the GOAT? Because he wears Jordans.
Oh, here we go.
I'm guessing he didn't say that. You tried to slide that in there.
My bad.
Like I wouldn't notice. My radar went up, man.
My bad. We'll finish that argument.
Well,
later.
and he loves LeBron too. I don't know who Luka's GOAT is.
No, look. So first of all, Luka's a special player. When he was a kid, he was a special player over there running through the men in the European League. Right. I mean, if you ever watched his highlights over there, I'm like, oh my goodness. He was even dunking over there. Can you believe that? Like Luka was dunking
he was young and athletic, right?
But for Luka he came into this league on a mission to take the league over. His play from the gate, there are very few players in this league that can average consistently 30-plus points, 10-plus assists, and 9.
He flirts every year with
nine rebounds.
Yep.
Right?
Him and Jokic.
That is
2.
Yes.
Him and Jokic.
Yes, it is difficult
that are that close
to do
to
that.
A triple-double.
Yes, that's
LeBron
exactly right.
Got a lot of rebounds and assists, but he never was that close like this to a triple-double.
So, but for Luka, in terms of how important this would be for him, number one, it would immediately put him in the stratosphere of greatness. Right. Because his play on the court, he's already ascending to that level.
Right.
So winning a championship, people in a league where there's an abundance of talent, how do you separate yourself? How do you separate yourself from those guys who were on the all-NBA team with you? Right? How do you begin to widen the gap between you and them? Right. Nikola Jokic won the MVP again this year. 3 out of the last 4 years. If Luka wins the championship, I believe he wins the MVP next year. That's what it does. It makes people look at you different. It makes them look at you like you look at SGA's year that he had and Luka's year, and you look at the Joker's year. The Joker won the NBA title last year, right? And was leading his team again with the type of production he's had since, for the last 4 years.
Well, to your point, and I'm an official voter, I definitely believe that Jokic entered this season with a head start, if you will, in the MVP.
Of course.
MVP race. Because, there was a whole controversy last year. Should he have won it? Embiid got it, and then he goes out and dominates the playoffs. He was he was the front runner to start with. And I agree with you. Win or lose, I think Luka is the front runner. Now, if Boston wins, I think Luka's still the front runner, but Tatum's close. And I think SGA also, I think if we say Luka started with, say, a 10-yard head start next year on the MVP race, SGA will be at about 5 yards. Because there's people that feel like, he could have won it this year. And then I think Jason Tatum, if they win it, will probably be around there where SGA is. That's a factor.
I really believe, because everybody's waiting. Then they know the talent is there. They know the shot making, the ball handling, the control of the game is there. When you win a championship, it makes people, and you're the leader and you've led your team to a championship, meaning the finals MVP, the whole 9 yards, it makes people view you different. Because
look at what it did for Jokic.
I'm telling you.
There were skeptics about Jokic.
Even Giannis.
That's one reason
the same with Giannis.
Yep. And and it's not peculiar to them. Michael Jordan, for all the Come Fly With Me videos and the sneaker sales and all of that, when it came to kind of the gatekeepers of the game.
There you go.
Right? The fans, of course, everybody loved Jordan. The gatekeepers, the writers, the media, all of that, they were like, he ain't like Larry and Magic.
Right. He's
good.
Win.
Yeah, he put up all these numbers, but they win.
Yes.
Yep. And that's what, look, I think what's on the line for Luka, look, and I feel like I think I was the first one to say it. I'm claiming that. But when he got into the league, Ephraim, I started calling him Luka Legend.
Yeah, I remember
because
that.
I thought he's like a new turbocharged version of Larry Bird. And I think when Luka is done playing, he should be in that top 10 conversation.
Oh, without a doubt.
Right? Like there's 15 people in that, right? So we know, and Jokic might be in it too. But Luka, if he's not, something went wrong. And maybe it's Wemby winning 7 straight rings. I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? But that's where he should be. And to get there, he's going to have to win rings. Wilt is in the discussion, but he's only got 2 rings.
Yes, 2.
But his numbers are so, you just can't ignore the numbers, right?
Yeah.
And then Bird is in there, and Bird's got 3. So it's kind of like you kind of got to win 3 if you really are going to get in that discussion.
Yeah, you do. And if he starts winning at this age.
Yep, he's 25.
Right, he starts winning at this age. Right, so you would think for the next 10 years, for 25 to 35, he has a real shot at stacking up hardware because he's that good.
Yep.
He's that good. And as long as they keep, the best thing that ever happened to him was having Kyrie Irving there.
Oh, yeah.
Because what we've seen in the past is Luka wear down in tough playoff series. Because he's so ball dominant.
Everything, right?
He's so ball dominant,
and his usage rate is way down during these playoffs.
Of course, because he doesn't have to. He's taking a whole half off in multiple games.
Yep.
No doubt. And that lends to how dynamic and how tough he'll be coming down the stretch. That 1-2 punch that they have with Kyrie and Luka is something special. And those young boys playing inside. Oh, man. They got a real good shot, man. And I'm pulling for them because, like I said, so just can't have this one. They can't have it.
Right.
But I'm a fan. Number one, let me give a shout out to Kyrie Irving and how he has attacked this season on a mission. Yep. When you decide on your mission and what you're going to do and how you're going to attack the year and you stick to it, this is what happens. And we all knew you can't stand in front of him. He's a shot maker, right hand, left hand, all of that. We just didn't trust him. I didn't trust him. A lot of people didn't trust him.
Well,
had a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah. And it was that and to stay healthy.
That's it.
Those were the 2 things.
And he took a lot. He took a lot of backlash. Yep. He took a lot of people, friends of his, counting him out. I was very harsh in some of the criticism I gave him in terms of not being available.
Well, that's the thing.
Right?
And look, I thought, and all of us loved his ability.
Yeah.
But I thought the Mavericks had made a mistake in giving him the long-term deal. I was like, it was just 1-2 years. Because you just felt like, he's going to start he took weeks off.
Yes.
He took a week off because of January 6th.
Just went home.
Right. A lot of us were bothered by that. We still had to go to work.
He just went home.
And it was things like that. Let me ask you this, because Rob and I discussed it. I think here's another thing at stake for Luka. If he wins this championship, he is in the discussion for best player in the world right now. And I think, kind of I was talking about earlier, I think we're in one of those little several year span where the best player in the world may vary from year. Well, let me put it this way.
Well, they're not going to be American.
I think it's personal. No, they ain't going to be American. I think it's personal preference.
What is happening right now?
Right? I know. I think it's personal preference in that, you can argue for Jokic for sure. You can argue for Luka for sure. I think it's one of those two. Some people might want to argue for Giannis, but it's kind of your personal preference until, as you said earlier, Wemby takes over.
Man.
But for now, I think he's in that discussion. The thing I like better about Luka, and I'm not saying I choose him over Jokic, but I like his more aggressive scoring mentality. Like there were times in these playoffs I was thinking, man, Jokic should probably just be a little more aggressive looking for his own shot.
Yeah.
And it's not a problem, obviously, but Luka closes. Kyrie's a closer, but so is Luka. Jokic can close, but he's not like Jamal is their number one closer.
Yeah, and
I think that's
but I will say this: when they need a basket, he takes his big wide body right on down to the block,
right.
And there's nobody in the league who can stop him from getting that ball up over the rim.
Right,
and that in itself is a superpower. His basketball IQ is through the roof.
You agree that I think they're the top two players in the world.
Yes.
Because I think their offensive skill is so much ahead of Giannis.
I can't wait for this year's Olympics. Oh, my goodness.
Hey.
This is about to be a situation.
We're not guaranteed.
Of course we're not guaranteed.
And even if we were, this is the last time that we can big boy the world. And we might not even be able to do it this year.
We going to find out.
This is the last time we say, oh, okay. We going to shut this down. Ain't going to be no more of that. Now, you in the AAU circuit, we got to start developing these cats, man.
It's not enough money in development. All the money is all in the flash and the traveling and the tournament.
We better wake up.
How many people can see the shoes, and it's no longer a nation of cultivating like basketball players and teaching them the game of basketball.